Hi everyone, in our last video we created our candidate file, and in this video we are going to deploy and test our smart contract. It's actually pretty simple to deploy and try out our smart contract with ICP. First I'm going to say dfx start background. So be sure that you are on the root directory here, and I'm saying dfx start background, which is going to start my local environment for me. After starting this dfx, we are going to say dfx deploy, that is going to deploy our smart contract. And now as you can see, we got two links for the front end and the back end. I'm going to create on the back end link. We have a window here, and as you can see, we actually have an opportunity to try our functions using a basic UI, which I think is incredibly good. Literally helped my development time very much. Okay, so these are the functions and these are the parameters that we can use. So let's start with inserting an exam. Let's say this is the first exam. This is out of 100. Let's say the curve was 65 and the course is CS 101. Once I say call, it's going to actually update our state. And as you can see, we got null, because we said that after we update, we return the last value. And since that was our first time, we didn't have any last value. But now instead of CS101, if I say CS102, what I'm expecting is to be, it's going to update the state, but what will return is that we are going to have the previous state, which is this one. Let's say call. And as you can see, we got the previous state and our state has been updated here. And if I go on top and say, I want to get the first exam and say query, as you can see, we have the data for our exam. And if I want to insert a participation, let's say our first exam had 98% participation. And if I check it here again, as we can see, we have it. Now I want to change this a little. I want to have a second exam, and this is not out of 100, but it's out of 20. Let's say it's a quiz. The curve is 45 for this one. And let's say this is, instead of CS102, fill 101. And now I'm going to say get exam for the second one. And as you can see, we got our exam. And this is the same for the insert participation. And let's say something more realistic, like 78 this time. I'm going to call this one, going to update our state. And hopefully, once I say get me the second one, then I will have my option here. So as we can see, after creating our smart contract, it's pretty straightforward to interact with this UI. And now this is how we can interact with our smart contract. There are different ways we can do it from the front end, and we can actually use our terminal too. And we are going to see how we can interact with our smart contract in this development process from various ways in the next week. For our project though, this was our demonstration. And I know it looked a little bit complicated in the beginning, but as we can see, the process is actually pretty smooth, and especially having different options for this development is very crucial. So thank you very much for listening to me on this video, and I will see you on the next one.